Hello, welcome back. I know it has been so long. It's been over 2 months since we put a video up. When I said we wouldn't be posting as much, I didn't mean to be gone that long, but time just got away from me. So here we are. It's already mid-August. I can't believe it. You know, kids are going back to school soon. Our daughter's heading back to college soon. It's just amazing how fast the summer goes by. So we're going to fill you in on some updates in this video. And Justin's going to go over some sales later on. The first thing I want to show you is we kind of started to do something new. So here, I'll show you a clip of what we now have in our life. Oh my gosh, this unit is completely empty. You know why? Because it's ours. We finally rented a unit for our overflow. So that's our storage unit. It is so nice to have a place just to put stuff. It's like we buy units and we just take it there. We do the sorting there, and then the stuff that comes home is the stuff that's supposed to be home. The stuff for garage sales just stays there. Big stuff that needs sold gets sold out of that unit. It has made life so much easier. We're paying around like $120 a month for it, and it is so worth it. That place is really, really nice. I've been in a lot of storage units lately, and by far this is the nicest place we have been in. I mean, they even have like the vinyl plank flooring through the entire thing. And we've probably bought somewhere between like 7 and 9 storage units since the last time I talked to you, though we have barely bought anything this month. We have had one purchase of a storage unit, and it was a really small one. Nothing really for eBay on it. It was because it had weights in it and Justin wanted it, and we only paid all in $42 for it. And Justin did one little bins trip yesterday and spent like $4. So we have spent under $50 in inventory for the whole month of August, and it's August 15th, I think, today. Crazy, but luckily we had tons of stuff left over from previous units that I've just been working our way through listing. But today I wanted to concentrate on the Genie storage unit, is what we call it. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me talk about her, you've seen me show her, but she is a giant giraffe that we got in one particular storage unit. So first I'm going to show you pictures of the storage unit so you can see like what we were able to see and why I bid on it. So here it is, what we call the Genie storage unit. So this was the first picture. And the first thing I noticed was all those tubs, because we sell off our tubs when we're done processing a unit. I have like 40 tubs already that I keep to use for flea market stuff, so I really don't need any more. But here's the unit. I'm just going to go over some pictures of what I was able to see. There were these drums. There was some little furniture, no big furniture, which I loved. You know, just stacks of stuff. It was really the tubs in the back that intrigued me. This picture right here, when I zoom in, that is Jenny the giraffe. I did not know she was in there because they had her head covered, poor thing. Here's more storage tubs. There was a few new in the package, like shelves and things. So this was the unit. We won it for $250 plus, I think it was a 15% buyer's premium through this website. So we bought the unit June 21st, just to give you a time frame. So we've had it for almost 2 months. I still have Jenny. Oh, here she is. Yes, I'll try to show you her. She's very heavy. She's like 34 pounds. She's been a star on my Instagram page numerous times. Sorry, I was letting you see the top of her head. There it is. I will eventually list her on eBay. So right now I have her on Facebook Marketplace for $250, but I've got zero interest in it, and I didn't really expect to sell it on there. I just threw it up. I am waiting to get the right box for her. I have an inner box. Now I need a bigger outer box. Now I know I could go searching for the box somewhere, but I just haven't felt like it. So Jenny, she'll be my co-host for now. So the day we got her, I used Google Lens and looked up the comps so I can put on the screen what I found, but I'm hoping that she'll sell for a few $100s. I mean, she's a really, really nice piece. And until then, she's just going to hang out with me. But she does give a horrible side eye and is very judgmental, just to warn you. All right, so I'm going to dive in a little bit more information about the unit. So as I said, there was tons of tubs in it. We sell tubs on Facebook Marketplace for either like $4 or $5 a piece, depending. If you buy tons, like we'll do it for $4 a piece. But for the Genie unit so far, we have sold $80 in tubs that we knew specifically came out of the unit. Now, we've probably sold others since then that came from it, but in the very beginning, once we started cleaning out, I had recorded that we sold $80 just in the tubs. Jenny also came with tons of change in her unit. So this unit, had a little sad story behind it. It seemed like it was a mother and father, and their son passed away when he was in his late teens. So there was a lot of kind of like late 90s, early 2000s kind of stuff. You know, we found a few video games, but just kind of like pop culture stuff. And I found like all the stuff from like his memorial and things, and tons of new in the package, like small appliances and stuff, which made me wonder if his mom ended up dealing with her grief by becoming a shopaholic, because that seems to be a common thing. But there was change just like everywhere in this unit. When all was said and done, there was $82 in change. Like, it was crazy. There was 2 lock boxes, like, you know, like fireproof boxes, and one of them had 25 of the vintage, are they Eisenhower? I can't remember who they are, like $1 coins in them. We also found 2 gift cards, a $10 Starbucks gift card that wasn't used, and then a $16 and some cent Giant Eagle, which is a local grocery store gift card. So I already used the Giant Eagle one. The Starbucks one's still hanging in my purse because honestly, I never really go to Starbucks. We found a little bit of jewelry in Jenny. Nothing was like spectacular until I came across a bracelet that was 14 karat gold, and we sold it for $400. Since we were all in $287 on Jenny. So between the $80 in tubs, the $82 in cash, the $16 in gift cards, and then the $400 in the bracelet, we were already so far into the profit. It was awesome. Another thing that was in this unit was tons of Clinique and Estee Lauder like vintage makeup. And these were the makeup that you got, like you went to the counter and you bought something and they gave you the free bag, you know, with makeups in it, but they were full-size lipstick tubes and stuff. I'll put a picture on the screen of kind of what it looked like when I spread it all out. But we have sold so much makeup from it. I'm sure the sales that Justin's going to go over later in the video, I do believe there's at least one piece of the makeup in here. But we have paid for the unit alone just in makeup. Like, I was blown away by it. Now, the other really like standout thing in the unit was vintage Christmas ornaments. Once again, I'll put a picture on the screen, but as he goes through the sales over the last like month and a half, 2 months, whatever, you will see that we have sold lots of Christmas ornaments. They were just in this dirty like popcorn tin tub. There was a bunch of broken ones in there. I ended up just like gingerly dumping them out, sorting through them, getting rid of all the broken ones, cleaning them very carefully with like a wipe, and you know, Google lensing. There was a bunch of spinner ornaments. Here, I'll show you the star ones. They haven't sold yet. There was a bunch of carousel ones which have already sold, but these are star spinner ornaments. I had never heard of them before, but apparently they're very sought after. I think I have these 3 listed for like 80 bucks or something. Kind of crazy to me. But yeah, the carousel ones were really cute, and I sold, I think, a lot of 3 and a lot of 4, and they sold for big money. But you'll see all of those eventually when Justin goes through sales over the next few videos. So not to give it away, but at this point we are at over $2,000 profit on the Genie unit. And honestly, I'm still listing some stuff from it. I guess I could show you my death pile shelf. So as I said, we haven't bought a unit in a while, but right now this is my death pile shelf. Everything that's on these bins and some stuff that's sitting here. That's actually a wedding dress in that bag. That is very beautiful. Justin just got me those 2 American Girl dolls yesterday. He went to the bins for the first time in like 4 months and found 2 American Girl dolls. So yeah, this is pretty much what I haven't listed. So, and I have some clothes and stuff here. So Justin wants to work on working our way through and doing lots of videos on the sales that we have had, Plus, he'll give snippets about different storage units and stuff as we go through them. So that's kind of a project he's going to be working on and doing on this channel. He'll also talk to you about, he has a TikTok account that he's slowly building. So if you want to see, like, you know, just daily bits of our life and stuff, he's been putting them on TikTok, and you can join him over there. I'm going to turn it over to him, and he's going to go over the sales from, I do believe he's going all the way back to July 1st. But you'll hear him. He'll talk about what storage unit everything came from. And I'm sure you'll hear Jenny's name come up a lot because we always give our storage unit nicknames. And we called this one the Jenny unit. And by the way, she didn't come with the name Jenny. I just looked at her and was like, this girl's a Jenny. Can't you see it?
Okay, so I went back to July 1st for the sales. And the first sale of that day were these 2003 McDonald's toys. These came from the Jenny storage unit, and they sold for $24.99. Next up is this feather bone anthropology blouse. It came from the bins, and we paid 81 cents. It sold for $12.75. And we've really moved away from clothing, so a lot of the clothing you're seeing is just being cleared out of the store at this point. Next up are these Sandra Boynton board books. They sold for $17 and came from a free pickup. We have this R&M Richards dress. Came from Salvation Army on 99-cent day, and it sold for $7.50. Next is this Gemmy light up skull. This came from a storage unit. We call it the home shopping unit because a lot of the stuff in there was just thrown in bins. It was never opened. A lot of like clothing and like bed sheets and stuff like that. This was kind of out of place in that unit, but it sold for $41.50. We have these Michelin boots. These came from a storage unit. They sold for $59.99. The unit itself wasn't great. We've only sold probably a few things from it, so it's good to have this sale from that unit. Next is this Clinique lipstick. This also came from the Jenny storage unit and sold for $26. These Easy Spirit shoes came from a unit that we call the drug unit. We found some drug paraphernalia in it, but it also had a lot of like new in the box furniture, like bigger pieces, bed frames, and like a console. So a lot of that stuff sold on Facebook Marketplace, but these shoes sold for $25.66. And the last thing on July 1st was this Cruella Blu-ray that sold for $12.74. This came from a storage unit that we call the cat pee unit because there was a couch in the unit that was really just soaked in cat pee. So, you know, that was very unpleasant, but we ended up getting a few good things from the unit itself. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I did want to just mention that I am on TikTok and I do kind of like daily content on there, just shorts, you know, what I have going on today. If you want to check that out, it's just between sets, and I can put the info up here. So thanks again for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and have a great day.